What is up, guys and girls? My name is SmakZac, and oh, my side. I don't know what I did, but it hurts. And welcome to Bannerlord. Blade and sword? Blade and steel. Blade. Mount&Blade. There it is. Bannerlord. We're going to start a new game. Frame rate. Okay. So, this game, as we're waiting on the frame rate and the game to load, there we go, has a lot to it. I've already played a little bit of it just to get an idea. There's literally limitless amount of stuff that you can do. You can trade if you just want to trade. You can be a mercenary if you just want to do that. You can basically do whatever you want in medieval times, and it's totally just up to what you want to do as a gameplay story. So we're going to do a little series on this. This game is still in development, so things will be subject to change as this series progresses, and we may end up stopping playing this game at some point, and then we will come back to it once the game fully releases, and I'm sure it'll be a completely different experience. But for now, we're just going to take a look-see at it, look at the exploits that we can find in the game, and have some fun. So these are the different factions. They don't really matter except for this. The green thing in the bolded font has different perks that your character will have, and we kind of just want to pick something based off of what will be easiest or best for us. And given that we're going to be a warrior society, and we're going to be creating something from nothing, we're going to do the Valandians, which is 20% more upgrade XP for troops. So that means that our troops will gain experience 20% faster. Now we're going to create a character. I'm going to cut this out because there's a lot that you can do for creating a character. Face width, face height. Just make it as horrifying as possible, I think. Alright, next. Now we're going to do the character's backstory. So basically this, hold on, let me move my thing over a little bit. Let's do that. I'm just moving my head over at this side for just a second. So basically, based off of what you choose your family's backstory to be, or your character's backstory, I should say, is going to help determine your skill sets. And then this is just your starting thing. You can unlock all of these things as you progress through the game. It's not set in stone what you have, but this just gives it a boost to whatever your character's story is. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Baron's Retainers. Your father was a bailiff for a local feudal magnate. He looked after his liege's estates, resolved disputes in the village, and helped train the village levy. He rode with the lords of the cavalry, fighting as an armored knight. This gives 10 skill level and 1 focus point to riding and polearm, which is going to be important because we're going to spend 95% of the game on horseback. So that's going to help out. This is us as a child. We were. We can look at all of these. I'm just going to look at the attributes, really. We'll do skilled with horses, because we want our horseback riding to be on point for, because then we can just, you know, be more skilled in horseback riding. So we're just going to do that. So I should probably read that. We were always drawn to animals and spent as much time as possible hanging out in the village stables. You could calm horses and were sometimes called upon to break in new colts. You learned the basics of veterinary arts, much of which is applicable to humans as well. Adolescence. As an young adult, you accompanied a local hunter as he went into the wilderness, helping him set up traps and catch small animals. Now we're doing it this way is because, one, tactics, super important when you're doing sieging and just fights and everything else. And then 2, bow. We want to have our bow pretty useful because, or high up, because we're going to be using that a lot. Because as we're riding around on horseback, we can literally just let loose arrows and farm experience. And also, you know, long distance combat is, you know, pretty useful. Okay, as we were children, let's take a look-see here. No, I don't want to put anything in a crossbow as of yet. Putting stuff in a crossbow means that we will have, you know, it'll just be weird. I can put more attributes into bows, and then that's a lot more useful anyways. So for this, we have 1 in riding and 1 in archery, which is what we want. All the Calradia's kingdoms recognize the value of good light cavalry, and are sure to recruit nomads and borderers with the skills to fulfill those duties. You were a good enough rider that your neighbors pitched in to buy you a small pony and a sheaf of javelins so that you could fulfill their levy obligations. Here you go. And so, as a young adult, what did we do? Let's look at the attributes here. Money and land could be useful. Defeated an enemy in battle. That one's famous escapade town. What the heck is that? Intelligent steward. Nah. Let's go with... We hunted a dangerous animal. Now, or we could do defeat an enemy in battle. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. We defeated an enemy in battle because then we can get some stuff into two-handed and one-handed combat, which will be useful because we will eventually need to do that because we won't be able to be on the horse the entire time in the game. Like many families, I should probably read that. Not everyone who mustered for the levy marches to war, and not everyone who goes on campaign sees action. You did both, and you also took down an enemy warrior in direct to one-on-one combat in a full view of your comrades. So we have more renown and valor, which I do have a mod that brings that rate up higher so we can progress slightly faster. Okay. I'll just set this real quick, and then I'm going to move my head over to the other side so we can look at this little description for you guys. Jumping on 2 remaining horses in the end's burning stable, you and your brother broke out of the encircling raiders and rode off. What's this for? Scatting. Super useful. Tactics or bow? I feel like that's more useful. Okay, moving my head over now. Okay, like many families in Calradia, your family was as unpended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and 2 younger siblings to a new town you'd heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain and your 2 younger siblings seized. But you and your brother survived because we drove them off with arrows. Gives us 1 more in archery and 1 more in tactics, which is useful. We could also do 1 in scouting and then 1 in horseback riding, which is also extremely useful. Between the 2, though, I feel like tactics is going to be the archery and tactics, because then we can level up our archery and have that even with our horseback riding. So I'm going to do that one. We drove him off with the arrows. This guy looks like kind of like Leonidas, and I think that's what his description is. Look at that detail. I mean, minus the clipping through the arm. Look at that detail. Okay. We're going to change his name to Zorian based off of the character from my book that I'm currently writing, and we will have more videos coming in once that is getting ready to be published. But details. I am working on a book, though. It's pretty cool. Culture of Landia, 20% more upgrade experience to troops from battles. Family, a bear and retainers, 10 skill and 1 focus point of riding and polearm. Early childhood, and yada yada. So this is our background story. And we're just going to jump right into the game. So I'm actually going to set this all to realistic. Except for players' damage received. I'm going to have that set to easy. That way I can just make myself slightly overpowered. We'll do that normal. Enable death, no. Auto allocate clan member perks, yes. That way I don't have to worry about the clan members. But basically I'm doing the player's damage received is reduced. That way, one, because this game currently is absolutely insane. Apparently, if you put it on realistic difficulty, like you get shot in the head, you're dead, that's it. Done with the battle. So we can get hit more times and not die, and that just makes us feel more badass, I guess. More godlike, I should say. And who doesn't want to be slightly overpowered when they're playing a video game? I mean, like, that's the whole reason why everybody likes Doom so much. Brother! It's been 3 days now. We've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue Varric and Alda? Are we up for it? I'm going to run the course. I need to... This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush off our skills. The practice could come up useful when we catch up with the raiders. I'm going to run the course. I need to know I can fight if I have to. Alright. I've already done this, but I'm going to do it again for you guys. Forward, backwards. There's no running in the game, unfortunately. Like, you can zoom with shift, which is kind of odd. So we're just going to start with the crossbow. We can also go into first person and just play the game completely in first person. I like to do a balance between the two. It just makes it a lot easier. So when you're like doing hand-to-hand combat, zoomed out is much easier than being zoomed in, because when you hold up your shield, you can't see anything. It just takes up your entire screen. So it just makes it slightly more advantageous. Alright. Off to a great start with this crossbow. Okay, that is not our skill set. So what I've learned is that the thing is actually slightly above. So you have to aim slightly over, because of gravity. It just makes sense. So we're going to do all of the tutorials and just kind of display what each thing does. I don't like the pause time between crossbow refill. Crossbows, I think, do more damage at the beginning. But, I mean, once you have your skills leveled up, it doesn't make that big of a difference. And so what I'm doing is I'm holding down the button, and then I let go. I noticed that when I was playing before the last update, I'm not sure if they fixed it or not, if I let go, and then I push back down too fast, because, like, you know, when you're trying to reload or fire, and then you push back down so you can reload with the bow, it doesn't register because I do it too fast, so I have to wait a second before I can reload my bow, so I'm like too fast for the game to register, so then it doesn't shoot when I want it to shoot. Slightly annoying, but that's okay. With arrows, as you can see, I'm definitely more proficient. Always aim slightly above, aim where the arrowhead is, and that's the trick for shooting with the bow. And also, if you see, this is way faster reloading with the crossbow. Okay. 27 seconds compared to 50 seconds or whatever the last one was. A bit of a difference. So javelin is definitely a lot harder. Once I get over to those distance ones, you'll see how much harder it really is. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. See? Way too low. The reload is very similar to the bow, but it's just harder to aim with the javelin. When you're doing tournaments and stuff, which is a great way to make money at the beginning of the game, aside from trading, It's yes. Anyway, once you get knowing how to do it is important, but I prefer not to use it. I mean, everybody has their own play styles and different ways that they want to go about playing the game. We're going to do the horseback riding thing now, which includes the same things that we were just doing. So we're going to do bow, then the javelin, or no, then it's going to be using a mounted spear, and then I think mounted sword. I prefer having a spear when I'm mounted, though. It's a lot easier. Oops. Ah! Great start. Time. As you can see, when you're shooting on mounted, or the aiming reticle, the crosshair is much wider, and it's a lot harder to actually aim the faster the horse goes. But if you're pretty quick right after drawing and just shoot, you're pretty accurate, is what I've found. Ah! Okay. Messing with the pacing there. Okay, turn. I missed. Okay, that still counted, I think. Eh. There we go. That was something I could have jumped over. Looking pretty badass to fire an arrow and as I was jumping, but there we go. So not perfect, but okay. Now we're gonna grab the spear. We're gonna do mounted spear combat real quick. If I can figure out how to turn around. There we go. So I'm just kind of giving you guys. I've already done this, so I know how to play the game, but so with the javelin, it doesn't, when you shoot it or when you let go of it, it does kind of make, or the pike or whatever the heck this thing's called, spear, it doesn't go when you let go. It's got a slight delay, so you have to account for that, which is not always my strong suit. As you'll see as we're doing this, probably gotten better since I've been playing the game a little bit, but yeah. First time I did this, oh man, that was a nightmare. This is a lot better than my first time. See, I missed because I didn't let go fast enough. I have to let go way before you actually reach your target. And that, I'm surprised that didn't hit my horse's head, but I missed. It was too wide of a turn. It's too far away. But yeah, so there's a lot that we can do in this game, as you guys will see as we're playing it, and it's actually a really, really fun game. If you like strategy games, if you've liked Total War, or even Kingdom Come Deliverance, this is definitely going to be like a good in-between between the two, because you control your troops, and you have to organize the battlefield. Real time, actually. You don't have to pause between, like, the enemy troops are chasing after you as you're trying to put your troops in position, which is actually kind of fun. And then, of course, you see this gameplay right now, so you're actually part of the battles, which is awesome. Alright, I think we got all of them. Yeah, seems no, no. Okay, dismount the horse, grab this, we're just gonna get the sword. And then we're done with the horse combat. Horses, well, obviously you have to be way, way closer. And then there's also still that delay from when you let go. And when you can, I prefer pikes, honestly, because of how far away you can still be while charging your horse with your horse overhead. Missed. There we go, got it. It's just right in front of my face. I could have hit it with my head and gotten it. So yeah, so that's mounted combat pretty much is the gist of it. You go through, you'll see the hand-to-hand combat is very similar, but also different. By that I mean like you have to block and stuff. I prefer to use a shield for obvious reasons. Shields. I missed. I forget it. I'll ignore it. I don't have to be perfect. I've already done this before. Missed. All hot. Done. See, we only missed one of them. Minus 2 seconds because I missed 2 of them. Okay, whatever. I can care less. So now we just have the hand-to-hand combat where we're actually fighting other players, and we're gonna see how that goes. Just kind of displaying. This is for you guys mostly, just so you guys can see what the tutorial's like and how combat works in this game. Yeah, so we're gonna do, what is this? Sword? Yeah, this is sword and shield. There we go, see? Cool. That was hard. Like I said, I played this game before, so I know what I'm doing. Okay. I don't like two-handed swords because they're less likely to be able to block stuff. But we have it anyways. Okay, let's fight, boy. 3, 2, 1. Waiting for it. Missed. Wait, I didn't miss. I actually got him. That was the first time I got him. I said that I missed. Alright, I'm gonna be more aggressive now, because... Alright, I give up on the spear. I can't hit this guy. Okay. But you guys get the idea. I'm only gonna do the sword and shield for this one. As you can see, he's less likely to attack you when you're just constantly moving around him, which is actually my strategy for the arenas as well. The guy's down. Gotta fight this dude. There we go. See, I won. Okay. We're gonna say that the tutorial's over because technically that's all that combat is. It's not super complex. There's combinations that you can do and stuff. Maybe we'll get into that later in the game, but as of right now, let's just get into the story of the game. Let's go, brother. Okay, we have horses, from what I understand. We're just gonna go to this nearby town. We're gonna leave that. Oh yeah, we have the tutorial still. Before we do anything else, we're low on food, so let's head over to this town. Yes, yes, yes. See, everything happens real time. So we have the refugees from people that were fighting, maybe from this, just from this area. Yeah, it's just, we're here, I guess, so we need food, and after that, maybe some men to help us. The headman here can probably help us. Let's try to find him. Key. So that actually tells you exactly where they are, so let's just speed up a little bit. Come talk to this dude. I am a lord, sir. No, I'm not. I'm just a simpleton. Panhos, I am Kandominos, headman of the village. What brings you here? We need help. Some raiders have taken our younger brother and sister captive. We think they may have passed this way. They got your people too? Sorry to hear that. Those bastards have done a bit of killing and looting in these parts as well. We think they've gone north. I reckon they have a few folk around here who will join you going after them if you'll pay them for their gear. That's something else. I forgot to read it. My bad. Sorry, guys. I have failed you. Okay, we're just gonna recruit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Yep. Buying food. Yes, yes, yes. To here. To get grain. It's all the grain that you guys have, so I'll take it. Just talk to the headman. Have you finished preparations? I am working on it. I thought I did. I thought I finished everything. Said to talk to the headman. Maybe I was too fast. Okay. Quests. Recruit. I did recruit you guys. I recruited. Oh, I forgot to. Done. There we go. We have finished our preparations. Let's talk to the headmaster. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. That must have been a bug or something. I thought I purchased those guys. Glad to see you have found what you needed. Now, about the matter I mentioned earlier. There's a wandering doctor who comes through here from time to time, named of Tactios. Treats people for free. We're fond of him. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though he wouldn't tell us more. He set off the road just a few hours before the raiders come through here. Well, he's not really a worldly type, just the kind of fellow who would stumble into a trap and let himself be captured. We're worried about him. If you can keep an eye out for him, this Tactios, we'd be very grateful. Maybe if he's alive and well, he'll tell you a little more about his quest. Alright. That's not the right button. So we're going to do just that. Also, we're going to go after these raiders. There's a lot of raiders. Hold on. Apologies. I'm professional. How dare you run from me, boy? Okay, attack! Okay, this is the tutorial on how to do combat. F2 and... Charge! Take them out! Okay. I'm still stuck. I can't. Okay. That was weird. It wasn't letting me. There you go. See what I mean by archery? Just like... I'm doing damage, and I'm just literally just shooting at people. Just circling and missing every single one of my shots. There you go. You can always switch our weapon as well, but that doesn't do much because it's not that long of a. It's a blunt mace. Cool, good job, man. No damage done to us. See the renown that we get in our group's morale. Radagos's Raider. See, now we have prisoners that we can sell. I'm actually going to take this sword and give it to myself. And we're going to take everything else and sell it later on. But having a sword is much better than having a mace. It's just faster. Okay, now we're going to turn around and come after these guys. And actually, since we're already, before we start this, we have points for leveling up. So this green, so this is the brown stuff right here, and then this is what level we are. We're level 30 in archery. The green is a boost, basically, of how much experience we can use. So like, that'll give us, we'll learn 8 times faster, is basically what that is. So for charm, since we put stuff into that, apparently. I don't remember doing that, but okay. We have stuff in Charm, too. So we have two options. Icebreaker. When introducing yourself to lords for the first time, have 10% chance to gain 2 relation with them. We're going to do Diplomacy, 15% reduced barter penalty. I really don't know what either of these do. I haven't gotten that far into the game. But I feel like having reduced penalty for bartering is probably good. Although I'm just outright, we'll just do Icebreaker. We'll do Icebreaker, why not? Adventure Stories. 1 renown for each issue resolved. 20% more renown from battles. There we go. We'll do that one. That way we can get more renown as we do more battle. And then Horseback Riding, we only get 6% to horse hit points. So that means if we run somebody over with a horse, then it's going to do 6% more damage than usual. Which, I mean, who doesn't want to get trampled by a horse? Yeah, so that's it. Yes, we would like to apply these. There we go. So making sure that they are applied. So that's the combat thing. We also have 4 focus points, so we can put focus points into these attributes and increase the rate that we're learning them. So yeah, so that's why this is red, is because we're at 52. We can't put any more focus points into it, unfortunately. Or while we can just add focus points. But I completely forgot what I was talking about. But I don't want to put more into that. I'm going to focus more on this and polearm. Because that'll do us a lot of damage. Smithing, we'll get to smithing later in the game, and I'll just do that out of recording and try to get smithing up. Basically, I want to have smithing up higher, is so we can get higher quality weapons, and it'll be beneficial in the long run once we get later down the road of the game. But yeah, let's just fight these dudes.
Attack!
Alright, so we're gonna have this dude attack. I didn't change his voice, but you can also edit the guy's voice. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, that was odd. Like I said, the game is still in development, so there will be bugs. That was a headshot. Come on, kill him. Okay, don't hurt his horse. Oh, that was right below his feet. It's kind of cool though, because it's realistic. Like, you can only shooting from your left is much more efficient than shooting from your right. I just hit my own person. But also, when you're in combat and you shoot at come on, somebody hit him. There we go. When you're in combat and you're riding your horse, if you fight somebody inside of a forest, it's a lot harder to navigate your horse through the forest, because once they hit the tree, it just comes to a complete stop. 1.8 renown. Okay, I'm gonna take you, sir. Do you have anything that I might? That is some. That is not much. I'll just take anything else. So for this, it's more armor than I currently have, so we're just going to equip it. And turn location head this way. Are you raiding the village? There we go. So yeah, basically as we do each thing, as we attack raiders and stuff, shooting the arrows and everything else just gives us more experience. We're fighting inside of a forest now, so it's going to be slightly harder to do stuff and navigate around the trees, but you'll see. It'll be harder for our troops too. Yeah. Missed. But we're gaining experience as we're just riding our horse and trampling these people. Got him. Ran him over. 28 damage just for running you over, buddy. Okay, at this point, it's better just to grab your sword. If I can turn fast enough. There we go. One person got injured. One of our people got injured. And no survivors. We rescued several people from the raiders, is basically what it said. I don't know who you are, but I'm in your debt. These brigands would have marched us to our deaths. My name's Tactios. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on, well, a bit of a quest, but now I'm thinking I'm not really made for that kind of thing. I was with a caravan and they just came out of the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd keep us alive, and if just for the ransom. But then they started flogging us along at top speed, without any water. And I was just about ready to drop. I could feel the signs of heat stroke creeping up, and I told them, but they just flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, maybe I had a way to thank you properly. Come along, ... Maybe I have a way to thank you properly. I can read things just fine, thank you. We're looking for 2 children captured by the raiders. Can you tell us anything? I'm afraid I haven't seen any children, but after our caravan was attacked, the chief of the raiders, the one they call Radagos, took and rode... I always think of Radagast the Brown. Took and rode off with the more valuable belongings, including a chest that I had. He seemed to be controlling more than one band raiding around this area. If this lot has your kin, then I think he'd be the one to know. And since I have nothing of value left to repay you with, I'll tell you this. If you do catch up with the defeat that ruffian, you may be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament, which I was told could be of great value, if you knew where to sell it. I was trying to find out more about it, but as I say, I've had it all my urge for traveling flogged out of me. Right now, I don't think I'd venture more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Doesn't look like much, and I suspect this lot would give it away for a few coins, but I got it from a mercenary whom I treated once and swore it was related to Nuritz's folly. Whoever that is. I don't know what that means, except that Nuritz was, of course, the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you can find out its true value. Thank you for saving me again. I hope our paths will cross again. Thank you, sir. Okay. We're just gonna move up to Radagos. Radagos' hut. Looks like this dude's already attacking him. Where? Oh, I went right past it. That's where it is. Okay. So this mission's gonna be on foot, and I'm just gonna tell my troops, besides not looking at my feet, to follow me. As you can see, they are now following me. So I'm gonna try to make this as stealthy as possible. Currently. Work out. Stealthy was not what this became. That's okay. We'll keep going. I wish we could run in this game, honestly, but our movement speed isn't that slow. So we're just gonna keep an eye out. I don't think anybody's down there. There are, in fact, people over here. I don't see. There he is. Hit him. Missed. Need the target. Missed. Need the target. Need. Target. Stop moving. Haha! Right in the neck. Right there. Not feel very good, I imagine. There's another dude up here too. Oh, I do not see him. Though I do not see him. Also, tournaments give you like better armor and weapons and stuff, so it's like there's no reason why you shouldn't do them, except for the fact that you might die. Which is always a possibility in every aspect of this game, honestly. Like, anything can kill you. How do I not see anybody? Somebody over there, but... Oh, I got him! That was a shot! Hold on. Right in the forehead! That's what I'm talking about. You got any weapons, dude? No, just a mace. I don't want your mace. I don't want your stinking mace. Slightly up. Got him! I don't want to right a little bit, but... Okay, they're throwing stuff. Charge, people! Kill them all! Ow! Alright, that's it. Cool. With me! There he is, there's Radagos. The Brown. That's a pretty cool thing, I kinda want it. So, who's this that comes through my place of business, killing my employees? We heard you took our little brother and sister. Where are they? Good heaven! I'll need a better description than that. My men have harvested dozens of little brass in this region. Quite good hunting grounds. Already sent most of them south to slave market, I know though. Since you hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear off and save your own lives? Either that or I force you to lick up all the blood you've spilled here with your tongues, or you and I could settle this one by one. I don't duel slavers. Ow. Paid for us today. Dude, he died like with one hit. That was pretty sad. Ow. Oh, block him, block him. Alright, so something that we should definitely do is find the dude's sword.
Well fought! The day is ours!
Radagos.
At last! Victory!
There it is. I recommend picking up his sword and maybe the shield as well for us to keep, because otherwise he's just going to pick it up later. So, yeah, we're done. Good. How many men did we lose? Oh, we lost 3 men?
We showed him!
Oops. My bad. Hey dude. Well, I recognize defeat when I see it. If I'm going to be your captive, let me introduce myself. I'm Radagos. You haven't cut my throat yet, which is a wise move. I'm sure I can find a way to be worth more to you alive than dead. You'd better help us get our brother and sister back, or you'll swing from a tree. Okay, you'll need my help alright, if you want to get them back. Alive, that is. See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion or drown in some river, that's it for your little dears. I don't expect a cozy palanquin now, but you'd best not make it too hard a trip on me. Yeah, whatever. These raiders... Oh, I didn't get any... Okay, I can't read that. You come across a chest with an old piece of bronze in it. It's so battered and corroded that it could have been anything from a cup to a crown. This must have been the chest Tactios was talking about to you that had something to do with Neretz's folly. Back over here now. I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Radagos in this game. I found this strange looking metal piece though. It doesn't look too valuable, but it could be artificial Tactios was talking about. Maybe we can sell it to one of the noble clans for a hefty price. Alright then, let's get on the road. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance of if we split up now. I'll take Radagos and go find the slaver market and look for a way to free the children. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better to just buy them. We need to have our purses full for that though. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one. I don't want him getting away. So you want me to raise the money to ransom the little ones? Indeed, you'll have to find a way to do that. Maybe this bronze thing can help. Taxios said it would be worth a fortune to the right person if you manage to not to get killed. If he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value and how it can be sold. One more thing, when you are talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you represent yourself as someone with a distant but distinguished family. Well, I already know what this family's name is going to be. It's going to be the name of the family from my book. Because, why not? You can use your family name if you like, or make, yeah, I skipped that part. So, we're gonna go, now we gotta get our family crest, which is pretty cool. No. Do we have a dragon that we can use? I want to use a dragon. Is there a dragon? Looks kind of like a dragon. That or that? That's cool. What other things do we have? I'm sure there's going to be mods eventually that'll be like, yeah, make your own thing. Or, you know, have cooler symbols. I'm sure there already are. I think we can change this later on down the road as well. So we're actually going to make the background color red and then this white. That actually looks pretty neat. Let's make that slightly bigger. There we go. Go back to the dragons. Just take a look, see and see. I don't know if I like that one better or this one better. Maybe I'll download a mod later that'll have something cooler. But for now, we'll just go with that. It's like a Nordic thing, and I really like it. It's neat. Get on the road now. Once I locate the little ones, I'll come find you. Dude, I'm gonna have like a whole kingdom and half the land conquered by the time you find me. Okay, the tutorial is now over. We are free to do whatever we wish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually come over here and ransom those people that we captured. If we still have them. Not sure if we even have them anymore. We don't. I don't think. It's okay. There might be a tournament, and we might do one tournament before ending this episode. That'd be kind of cool. To be able to do one mountain bandits. So when you get when you have people that you can trade, bandits that you've captured, you can turn them in here and sell them at the tavern, or ransom them, I should say. There is not something going on at the moment. So what do we have in our inventory? Nothing. It literally took away the sword that we got and everything else. But we have money, so we're gonna re-equip ourselves a little bit. We're gonna get a better horse, is top priority. The Sumpter horse is not very great at maneuverability. Why is this red? Oh, I don't have a high enough riding ability. I could totally afford that horse though. 24, 54, speed 66. So it seems like that one's the best. Orioles. Thank you. And yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Desert horse, steppe horse, 54, 56. Okay. Well, maneuverability-wise, this horse is better. So we're just going to do steppe horse because it's cheap. We're going to keep the current horse that we have, so once we get a companion, we can just give that horse to the companion that we will have. And then weapon-wise, I want to sell this and then get a better sword. Actually, we'll get a sword during combat battles and stuff. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get a spear. Length 37 pierce, 28 pierce, 24. So we're going to go with this one. I'm going to just equip that. And then we need a shield. Nothing fancy, just a average shield. See, tournament. So we're just going to join the tournament. And you guys are going to see what the tournament is like. And then see, so we're going to get a cool helmet. It's probably not going to look as good as our hair, but, or, you know, our character without the helmet, but it's okay. Just going to skip the rounds until it's our turn. Then we're going to bet the max that we can bet. We don't have a ton of money, so if we lose this, then we're just going to lose all of our money. But if we win this, which we will undoubtedly win this, see, now just 1v1. Ow. Okay, first time I got hit, actually. And he's dead. See, we won that tournament. Because I have this setting lower on easy for our damage, so we don't get a ton of damage. Slightly cheating, but I mean, I like to be overpowered. It's fun. Makes things a little bit more fun for me. So, okay. All of our money is at stake now. So if we win this, we're going to make about 3,000. Just making sure I'm aware of my surroundings before I... This is about to be 2v1, so I need to kill this guy quickly. Oh, cool. Thanks, dude. Glad you didn't come after me. So that was easier because the guy already had like really low health. So cool. Another fight. Ooh, it's a team fight. I still don't know how to run. Oh, I actually have this now. So I want to actually help our teammate so he wins and doesn't die. He's totally gonna die. There we go, cool. So me and my teammate died, and now me and my teammate are going to fight each other. Hopefully I don't have a javelin again, because that sucked. Okay, I don't. Sword and shield, I can do that. How are you running, dude? You missed, I missed. Okay, you got me. Good job, good hit. Okay, I don't block that, but you're dead now. Tharos. So, we also gain a ton of renown for doing these. See, now we have 8 renown. As per, like, when we killed the bandits, we only got, like, maybe 1 or 2. I also have that boosted because of my mod, so that's not how much you would get if you don't have the mod that I have, which is, like, better Bannerlord or something. It's, like, top 1 on the Nexus. Just makes it so you can gain popularity better. And look how much money we made just from doing that one tournament. Like, we had 700, we betted twice, we bet all of the money that we could bet, and then we gained 3,000. So it's a great way to gain better armor and lots of money. Now we have a cool helmet. Cool. And that, my friends, is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's going to be kind of a cut, just like all my other videos are, but look how much money we have. We now have 3,348 gold, or dinars, as they call it in this game. And we have a ton of renown. So next thing we're going to do is probably either trading, or we're going to start recruiting some troops. Once we recruit troops, then as we do more combat stuff, even if we just have them stand back, we'll gain a lot more. They'll be able to level up, and then we can get more stronger army stuff. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to smack that like button like somebody that just told your mother. Remember to stay awesome, and we will get more of these videos out soon. I am loving this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.